All right, imagine this. You're stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting, your blood's boiling, your hands are practically fusing with the steering wheel, and your playlist that usually calms you down is suddenly the most annoying noise on the planet. You start cursing the traffic, the other drivers, even the traffic lights, like they're all part of some grand conspiracy to ruin your day. But here's the harsh truth. All that anger, frustration, and stress are completely pointless. You can't control the traffic. You can't control the other drivers. You can't even control that one dude blasting his horn like it's some kind of emergency siren. The only thing you can control is how you react to it. That's where Stoicism comes in. The core of Stoicism: control the controllable. Stoicism, at its core, is about mastering your own mind. It's about focusing your energy on the things within your control and accepting those that aren't. The ancient Stoics, guys like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, weren't some emotionless robots. They were human beings with tempers, frustrations, and worries. But they trained their minds to deal with life differently. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Imagine how much mental energy you'd save if you could just let go of what you can't change. No more yelling at the traffic, no more losing sleep over someone else's opinion, and definitely no more stressing over stuff way beyond your control. The dichotomy of control. Stoicism introduces this concept called the dichotomy of control. Sounds fancy, but it's pretty simple. The idea is that life can be split into two categories. One can control your thoughts, actions, beliefs, responses. Two, things you can't control, other people's actions, external events, the past, the weather. It's like sorting your brain's clutter into two neat piles. Can do something about it and not my problem. The Stoics believed that the real source of suffering comes from confusing these two categories. We get angry about politics, heartbroken over rejection, or stressed about a job interview because we attach our happiness to things we have no power over. The illusion of control. The problem is, we've convinced ourselves that we actually have control over way more than we do. We think if we just try hard enough or worry long enough, we can somehow bend reality to our will. Spoiler alert, we can't. Life doesn't work that way. Think about your social life. You might think you can control how people perceive you by acting a certain way, dressing well, or saying the right things. But guess what? You can't control their thoughts. You could be the kindest, smartest, most well-dressed person in the room, and someone might still find a reason to dislike you. Or take relationships. You can't control how someone feels about you. You can do everything right, be thoughtful and supportive, and still end up heartbroken. It's not because you failed, it's because their feelings are beyond your grasp. You can only control your effort and how you handle the outcome. How to let go of the uncontrollable. Letting go isn't easy. Your brain is hardwired to care about things you can't change. But here's a practical method that Stoics used. 1. Mental rehearsal, premeditatio malorum. Imagine the worst-case scenario. Yeah, really. Visualize it in detail. Your project might fail, your relationship might end, your vacation might get cancelled. The point isn't to become pessimistic, but to prepare your mind for whatever life throws at you. When you expect things to go wrong, it doesn't hit as hard when they actually do. 2. Self-inquiry. When you're feeling anxious or angry, stop and ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, why am I wasting my energy on it? This isn't some fluffy self-help mantra, it's a reality check. You can't control how others act, but you can choose not to let it mess with your peace. 3. Focus on action, not outcome. When you're aiming for a goal, concentrate on your effort rather than obsessing over the result. Whether it's preparing for an exam, going to a job interview, or competing in a sport, do your best and let go of the outcome. You've done your part, the rest is out of your hands. The power of acceptance. The Stoics believed that resisting reality is the root of suffering. If you're stuck in traffic, yelling at the cars ahead won't make them move faster. If someone betrays you, obsessing over their motives won't change what happened. Accepting reality doesn't mean you approve of it. It just means you acknowledge it and move forward. Marcus Aurelius put it best. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. It's a liberating mindset. The less you fight against reality, the more peace you'll find within yourself. The practical side of Stoicism. Applying Stoic principles isn't just about being philosophical. It's practical and insanely useful. Let's break down a few real-world examples. 1. Social media drama. You can't control how people react to your posts or what they say. You can only control your response. Choose to ignore or respond calmly. Your peace of mind comes first. 2. Criticism at work. You can't control whether your boss or co-workers criticize you, but you can control how you perceive and react to it. Accept constructive feedback. Discard pointless negativity, turning philosophy into habit. You might be thinking, yeah, sounds good, but how do I make it stick? It's all about habits. Try journaling every day. Write down things that bothered you and categorize them. Controllable or uncontrollable. Practice mindfulness techniques to catch yourself spiraling into stress over things you can't change. When life throws curveballs, remind yourself of this Stoic mantra. I can't control what happens, but I can control how I respond. Make it your go-to thought whenever stress tries to hijack your brain. Embracing imperfection. Finally, give yourself permission to be human. You're not going to master this mindset overnight. You'll still lose your temper, still stress over dumb stuff, and still care too much about things beyond your control. That's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Every time you catch yourself wasting energy on the uncontrollable, celebrate it. It means you're becoming more aware. With time, your reactions will become calmer and your peace of mind more consistent. Imagine a life where your mood isn't held hostage by every little inconvenience. Imagine walking through chaos without it clinging to your mind. That's the power of controlling the controllable. It's not about being indifferent. It's about being resilient. And that, my friend, is how you become unshakable. Let me know if you'd like more scripts on Stoic topics or any other ideas.